Hey there, it's Syama, CEO of Scaling Retail, and today we're talking about the 7 different metrics in order to measure your Shopify e-commerce platform. Now, as a startup business owner, oftentimes we're so troubled with trying to get sales and looking at marketing strategies that we're oftentimes not focused on the various different metrics that we can be analyzing in order to really generate sales over time. We're all familiar with things like customer lifetime value, which is really understanding the performance of that customer, but what are the key metrics to know if you are on track? So today we're going to unpack a few different areas that are going to really help you drive home your performance for your business. Number 1, we're going to take a look at things like sales, of course, and then we're going to look at the customer journey. So thinking about things like repeat customers versus first-time customers, the percentage of your returns, and what is actually a healthy return rate, things like average order value, as well as things like conversion rates, as well as your abandoned cart. So all of these things become increasingly important as we not only look to measure what sales are coming in, but in order to know how to spend those dollars wisely to get the kind of traffic and traction that we're looking for. So let's unpack these strategies. Number 1, looking at traffic. Now, we all know on Shopify, you have absolute visibility into all these different kinds of metrics. But when you open up your analytics and your dashboard, what should you be looking at first? Traffic is one of the primary components when we look to see how things are performing. Traffic simply means how many users are coming to your site, and we're also looking to find out what are the different channels that they're coming in from. This is a fantastic metric to understand. Is it Instagram that's bringing in a lot of your business? Or is it things like Pinterest? Or perhaps it's even your email marketing newsletter? Traffic is the number 1 place you're going to look to when it comes to figuring out who's coming from where and where they are converting from. And that brings me to strategy number 2. When you're taking a look at KPIs, making sure that you're looking at conversion is another increasingly important metric. Certainly it matters where your traffic is coming from, but even more it matters how people are actually purchasing through those different channels. Here's a great example. 1,000 people come in through to your site from something like Instagram. But if only 10 of those people convert, then your conversion is quite low as compared to something like, 25 people coming in through your newsletter, but all 25 of those people actually converting and making a sale. So when you take a look at your conversion metrics, it's really important to understand who is actually purchasing. This is very different than looking at your traffic, right? Traffic is one of those areas where it's just simply the sheer amount of volume, but conversion actually tells you the strength and the quality of that traffic that's coming in to make a purchase. Now, along that customer journey, when it comes to things like conversion, you might ask yourself, well, where am I getting the most conversion from? Aside from traffic, taking a look at things like repeat customers versus your returning customers and your new customers become really important. Now, when you have repeat customers, those are those customers who are coming and purchasing from you every month, every new collection, and that customer lifetime value is quite high. If you have repeat customers already in your business, looking at how to maximize them through a variety of other strategies will be really important for them to convert even higher. Meaning, your repeat customers should probably have a different kind of email marketing cadence, and you should also be looking at retargeting with those audiences through your digital advertising. But those first-time customers, now that is an important area as well to take note of. First-time customers oftentimes will buy one product, and if that customer journey is not fulfilling for them or they don't like the product, they can actually spread negative word of mouth about your business and actually drive down the strength of your potential sales profitability. So when we take a look at the difference, obviously as a new business, as you're getting started, the first 90% of your customers are going to be first-time customers. Of course, you're just starting. Over time, you're going to start to see the shift move 50 to 50. So 50% repeat, 50% new customers. And then over time, you actually want to see that repeat business shifting at a much higher rate. Take a look at repeat versus new customers. It's going to be a really important metric to help drive your sales. So looking at more about that customer journey. When a customer comes onto your site, what are you expecting that average order value to look like? Are you expecting it to be something like $300? Is your average order value going to be $100? How do you even start to understand what that can be? Well, first of all, what are the products that you're selling? What are the average units that you're expecting to sell? Are you trying to sell a customer 2 or 3 items in a collection, or are you simply looking at selling one high-ticket product? So set your metrics for average order value based on the units that you're looking to sell, or based on how you're trying to upsell that customer over that journey. Now, lastly, as we take a look at things like returns, which are often a very scary word when it comes to a small business, it's really important that we also look in tandem with that for your abandoned cart rates. Oftentimes, we're so focused on sales that we don't actually take a look at what happens at the end of the customer cycle. So just because your business did $100,000 this month and your return rate was at, let's say, 40%, the $100,000 becomes less meaningful. This is a huge difference when you're taking a look at the gross versus the net of your business. So at the end of the month, as you take a look at your returns, leverage your returns as an opportunity to improve your product customer journey, improving your product development, and actually taking a look to see, are people buying multiples of one size or one product in multiple sizes? How are people actually shopping and navigating that? And use that information in order to tell better product descriptions and in order to help your customer along the way. Maybe it's signaling that you need better customer service. Maybe you need to introduce a chatbot onto your site. But return rates are a very important metric. Recently, I was speaking to a consultant in the denim industry, and she was telling me that 40% of their business came back in returns. Now, when I take a look at other markets, the ideal rate of return hovers between 10 to 15%. To me, 40% was astronomical. But you know what she told me? She said, hey, we're in the denim industry. We are a new business, and guess what? People are buying multiple sizes in this product. So guess what? Their return rate is going to be higher. But this is signaling to me that, hey, maybe you need to take a look at your sizing chart. Maybe you need to implement a better customer service experience to really minimize those returns. And then in tandem with that, guys, is obviously taking a look at abandoned cart rates. Abandoned cart is simply someone adding product onto their cart and then leaving. Now, depending on how far they've gotten through the process and how smart you are with tracking people all over the internet with your Facebook and Google pixels, you definitely want to make sure that you're retargeting those abandoned carts at a very different cadence through marketing. I find this extremely important because guess what? The person who puts a product into their basket is more likely to repeat and purchase and come back if you're doing the right follow-up marketing assets. If you let those abandoned carts fall by the wayside, or you simply just set it to auto email, meaning, hey, you left this product in your cart, it's almost too standardized, right? Consumers right now are way too hip. They understand, hey, you're going to chase me around with this product. So if you don't do your job and chase them with the product, you're actually falling short of customer experience and what they're expecting from you as a business. So abandoned carts, a very important piece of information to look at, also on a monthly basis, that will also drive your marketing effort. All right, guys, for more information on how to understand your Shopify analytics, complete with tutorials, some screenshots, and a really in-depth analysis on how to look at your business on a monthly basis, make sure you download our article, and also please take a look at our Creating Fashion Websites That Sell. This is a really important step-by-step guide on how to take a look at your about pages, your product pages, and essentially the entire customer journey as you're building your website. All right, guys, that's all from us. Please make sure you follow us on Instagram @ScalingRetail. Leave comments below. We love to hear all of your thoughts on what's happening in today's retail industry. And make sure you send us an email at hello@ScalingRetail. Would love to hear more from you. Thanks, guys. Bye.